Never thought of heaven as bovine fun in the sun? Thank you, Bruce, for bringing us the final instalment to Malachi and helping us feel the finality of coming judgment, as well as the earnest desire of God to see us return to Him, that He may return to us, which He expresses most fully in sending Jesus to bring us back to Him. If you haven't watched the talk, check out the link below. Prayer night has never felt so full. Thank you to all of those who joined us. It was wonderful to join with the Dixons in Thailand and with the Dinesses in Melbourne and even with our brothers and sisters in far off Wenty to pray for God's work in the world. It was great last week to hear how COVID has changed Holly. This week we'll hear from Gareth about how COVID has affected him, what he's looking forward to post-isolation, and what we can be praying for him too.
Well, I've always tried to stay inside as much as possible, so in that sense, not at all. It has changed me a little around the waistline, unfortunately, and it has also taught me not to take for granted just how important it is to be meeting together as Christians and encouraging each other. That's a lot harder to do over video conferencing, and I think that's really highlighted to me just how urgent it is every week. When it's a routine, I'm tempted to be lazy about it, but especially when times are tough, it's so important. Once this is all over, I'm looking forward to being able to hug people again and going on a big holiday with Sarah, somewhere super exotic like New Zealand or literally anywhere that we can. Please pray that I'll be continually casting my anxieties onto God and trusting Him with my day-to-day. Please also pray that I'll continue to grow spiritually and be proactive about it. And also please pray that Sarah will stay healthy so she can keep faithfully serving at the hospital.
Gareth is not the only one to be missing church. And since the National Cabinet has released a 3-step plan to progress to a COVID-safe Australia, it seems appropriate to talk about our roadmap to get back to church. Last night, the Carlingford elders and I met together with some Bible study leaders, and we nutted out a roadmap that looks like this. In all seriousness, we began work on a plan that will be tweaked and refined as the situation progresses. Not a plan to go back to the way we were, but to go forward to what may be a new normal for a time. I'll write more about that plan in the coming days, and we'd love to have your input and your ideas too. But for now, here's step 1. We want to suggest small get-togethers on Sundays, mini churches in people's houses, in which we can watch the YouTube sermon together, pray together, maybe even sing together and encourage one another face to face. We're not thinking big gatherings, not the maximum of 5 visitors that's allowed, something more like 2 or 3. So over the next week, please expect a phone call from one of us asking what you feel comfortable with. Whether you're comfortable hosting, and if so, how many, whether you're comfortable visiting a household for mini church, and also how cautious you are compared to the stance the government's taking. And if you're not comfortable with this step at this time, that's fine. You can always let us know if your position changes down the track. This Sunday we begin the book of James, starting with James chapter 1 verses 1 to 18. Have a read, join us for Bible study tonight or tomorrow, and I'll send out the YouTube link later this week.